CEO James defies all challenges for light to deep. James looked at the deep standing in front of him. Her eyes sparkled. Contains emotions that throughout time. She tried to hide it. He doesn't need her to say anything more. As long as you are here, as long as you come back, I am willing to defy everything to deep. This time, I will not let anyone take you away from me again. James knew his biggest obstacle was his father. He never accepted the deep, because she came from a poor background. But James did not back down. The next morning he went to see his father. I love the deep. Whether Dad agrees or not, I will still be with her, God thought for a long time. Then coldly replied with think. Love can help you build a strong empire. Star. Will a country girl like that help you maintain your position? James smiled faintly, his eyes sharp. Dad taught me that the most precious thing to a man is not money but the woman, ready to be by his side in the most difficult times. His father was stunned. Yes, that's what he said, but he never thought that my son used the same words against me. James bowed his head and spoke firmly. Three can object, but I will prove it to you. This love is not just a feeling fleeting. If you really love me, please believe me. This once. He was silent for a long time and then sighed. Said nothing more, but his eyes softened. Tu Diep is still worried, even though she knew James fought for her. But Tu Diep still could not get rid of all the worries in her heart. Fear that the difference between two people will make her a burden to James. That evening James came to find her. I told you so. No matter what happens, I will not let go. Do you believe me? Tu Diep looked deep into his eyes. There is only one thing: love for her. She took a deep breath and nodded gently. I believe. He smiled and hugged her. Father James finally saw. Although he did not say anything, Father James was still silently observing. He saw how James took care of Tu Diep. How the little girl is always by her son's side, no matter how big the storm is. One day when James was busy studying at the company, he personally went to Tu Diep's house. She was surprised to see him standing at the door. Uncle, come find me. He looked at her for a long time and then said slowly, Do you really love James? Tu Diep clenched his hands, his eyes determined. I love him more than anything. He sighed and nodded. So take good care of it. He is stubborn. But once you love someone, you will never give up. Tu Diep's stairs fell down. He finally accepted. Happy ending. That day I came back and saw my father sitting in Tu Diep's house. He was stunned. His father looked at him for a moment and then said simply, If you have chosen this path, then live happily. James took Tu Diep's hand, his eyes filled with emotion. They have been through it all together. No matter how fake challenges, no matter who opposes them, they will always be together. Because this love belongs only to James and Tu Diep. Happiness is not complete. The storm is not over yet. James and Tu Diep thought that when his father accepted, everything will be fine, but they don't know that there are still hidden forces lurking. Destroy this love. Tung does not give up. Tung knows Tu Diep and James are back, but he was not willing. I truly love Tu Diep, and he doesn't believe she made the right choice. One evening, Tu Diep, while I was shopping at the market, Tung suddenly appeared. Purple leaf. I really think James is the best man for me. She paused and replied softly. Tongue is a good person, but love cannot be forced. I love James. Tongue clenched his fist. But do you know James still keeps many secrets from you? Tu Diep frowned. What do you mean? Tongue smiled faintly and gave her a set of documents. Read it, and when you know it all, ask yourself, can I still love him like before? Tu Diep stared at the documents in his hand. Her heart suddenly trembled. James's secret. Tu Diep opened the document raw. The words appeared before her eyes. James was the man behind an agricultural land grab, causing many families to lose their homes. James's project once caused a serious impact on a rural area. Yes, James once forced some families to sell their land at a cheap price too. Diep was shocked. Is this true? She knew James had an ambitious past, but she never thought you were involved in things like this. She was silent. If these are true, then could she continue to love him? Face the truth. That night, James came to find Tu Diep, but she avoided him. Unable to bear the silence, James pulled her back. What's wrong, Tu Diep? She looked at him with eyes full of pain. James, have you ever forced people to sell their land? Has your family ever caused many people to lose their homes? James was stunned. I knew this would happen. Tu Diep, please listen to me explain, or else you will step back. So you really did those things? Groaning hand, cold eyes, but also full of anxiety. That's the past. But I swear I never wanted to hurt anyone. Tu Diep smiled bitterly. James, do you know I love you because I think you are sincere? But now I don't know what to believe anymore. James quickly grabbed her shoulder. I am not the bad man you think I am. You have changed. You are no longer the person you used to be. Tu Diep shook her head. James, the first time James looked at her, his heart ached. Do you want to leave me again? Tu Diep did not answer. She turned and walked away, leaving James standing there, broken heart again. James decided to correct the mistake. James can't lose Tu Diep. He knows the only way to get her back to him is proof that he has really changed. The next day, James held a press conference in front of the media. He declared, I admit in the past my family has made mistakes. But from now on I will devote all my resources to correct those mistakes. He announced the establishment of a fund. Support for people who lost their land. Invest in projects to help people. The news spread quickly, and it also reached Tu Diep's ears. She stood in front of the TV screen, tears rolling down her face. James has really changed. James stood at her door again. That evening James appeared at Tu Diep's door. I did everything to make amends. Now, I just need to know if you still love me. Tu Diep looked at him. She remembered everything they had been through. Remember all your tears? She couldn't deny that. Her heart was always turned towards him. She walked over and gently hugged James. James, I never stopped loving you. James held her tight in his arms. Tears fell down his face, but this time it was for happiness. Happiness or tragedy when fate has not let go James. And Tu Diep thought that after all, they could be together. But fate still has greater challenges waiting for them. Tongue refused to give up his plan of revenge. Tongue standing in the dark, See the moment of hugging Tu Diep tightly. His eyes flashed with hatred. I chose the wrong person, Tu Diep. And I will make you regret it. He clenched his fist. A cruel plan arose in his heart. The next day, a series of negative news about James's company suddenly appeared in the press. James Cop Group accused of financial fraud. Is young CEO James really clean? Company shares plummeted. James knew someone was behind this. And he was not surprised that Tung was the mastermind. Tung, what do you want? James coldly called Choding. Choding laughed sarcastically. I want you to disappear from Dedip's life. James clenched the phone. Do you think you can separate me and her like this? Tung curled his lips. If you don't leave, I will do more than that. And this time Tu Diep will be the one to pay the price. James felt a surge of anger in his chest. Tung, if you dare to touch her, I will not forgive you. But Tung just smiled. Wait and see. Tu Diep is in danger. That evening when Tu Diep left the restaurant, a black car suddenly rushed towards conclude. She panicked when a group of strangers stepped down. Mr. Diep, please come with us. She shook her head back. Who are you? But before she could react, she was pulled into the car. When James received the anonymous message, want to save her alone to the vacant lot. James ran to the car. In the heart arose an unprecedented fear. He sped on the dark road. I just want to be with you.